Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. In our top story, two St. Croix women want corrections officials to address the lack of care some inmates are receiving at Golden Grove. Their family members were critically injured, but given no time to recover before being put with others in the prison. News 2's Erica Parsons has that story.
Why are they under those conditions? They're treating them like animals.
Family members of 5 men accused in the shooting death of one man and injuring a police officer are questioning the treatment of some of the men who were themselves shot.
He's in BOC, he's not getting the proper medical attention, he's sick all the time, they ain't tending to them correctly. This is injustice.
An early morning shootout April 19th outside Frontline Bar and Restaurant left 32-year-old Matthew Vernedge dead. Off-duty VIPD Sergeant Anthony Hector, who tried to intervene, was also shot with his own weapon, but not before firing on armed individuals. The wounded men, later identified as Lester Roberts and Larry Williams, along with Elijah Felix, Eugene Roberts, and Derek Liebert, were arrested after crashing their vehicle. Both Lester and Larry underwent major surgeries and were shortly moved to Golden Grove Prison.
He was in critical condition, ICU, on a breathing machine. He came directly off a breathing machine, out for a day, and then back into prison. He was there, he got sick again, he started to vomit, he caught an infection, a cyst, and it burst inside of him.
The men are being housed in the detention unit among other inmates, and along with concerns for their treatment, family members fear for their safety.
The prison is not a safe place. He cannot defend himself, he cannot run. Now if a fire break out, they're gonna get everybody else that able to run and walk, so what's gonna happen to him?
The women also have concerns about the handling of the case, and while they don't disagree with being punished for a crime, they say guilt has to be certain.
Honestly, regardless of what, these guys are innocent until proven guilty.
Why are they being stereotyped for a crime that happened? Nothing else ain't going on. What happened to the investigation? We come to court is being cancelled, we getting pushed around.
Our main concern is him getting better. The jail is not up to par with their conditions. So to have these guys in there and not getting the proper treatment is unfair, it's unjust.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
BOC officials were unavailable to comment by News Time, but we will follow up with officials later this week. District Court Judge Curtis Gomez today sentenced Hector Alcenio, 43 years of age, to 30 months in prison for conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute cocaine. On December 19, 2013, Alcenio pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute cocaine after he was arrested on July 11, 2013, and charged with conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute. Alcenio was arrested as part of the investigation of Roberto Tapia, director of the Virgin Islands Department of Planning and Natural Resources, Division of Environmental Enforcement. On November 7, 2013, he was charged in a 69-count third superseding indictment, along with 7 other defendants. 51-year-old Davidson L. Alfred was arrested on Tuesday on bank fraud charges. Alfred appeared in district court before U.S. Magistrate Judge Ruth Miller on Wednesday and was remanded to the custody of the United States Marshals Service. According to the criminal complaint filed, Alfred presented 8 fraudulent checks totaling $23,150 to Banco Popular and 2 checks totaling $6,300 to First Bank during a 2-month period of time. If convicted of the offenses charged in the criminal complaint, Alfred faces a statutory maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. The public is reminded a defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Crime Stoppers would like to ask you to help make the U.S. Virgin Islands one of the safest places in the world to live, work, and raise a family. To do that, they have to make sure that no crime goes unsolved. And to do that, everyone needs to speak up. If you know something, say something. Well, starting off on St. John, police say on St. John, May 13th, they received a report of a burglary in the area of 3 ABG Cruise Bay. The burglary occurred between the hours of 11:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. The suspect or suspects entered the residence through a door and stole several items, including an iPhone and a large sum of money. On St. Croix on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2013, around noon, 17-year-old Rosalie Figueroa left her apartment in the Lagoon housing complex in Frederickstead. Police found her body the next day in a swimming pool on the north side of the island. The medical examiner reported that Ms. Figueroa died as a result of asphyxiation the same day she left her home. Please tell police what you know, to include if you saw her, what direction she may have walked, if she got into a vehicle, if she used any other mode of transportation, or if you saw her anywhere between noon on July 3rd and noon on July 4th. Please help police solve this cold case and help bring closure to her family. On St. Thomas, officers say on Thursday, May 1st, during the early morning, a man observed a group of people running while he was at Juve, dancing in the area of the Fort Christian parking lot. The man stated that he felt a sudden thump on the left side of his body. He was stabbed on the left side of his chest area. Tell police what you know about these crimes at www.crimestoppersusvi.org or by calling 1-800-222-TIPS. You can also text USVI plus your message to crimes at 274-637. Remember, if your tip leads to an arrest or the recovery of stolen property, illegal drugs, or weapons, you will receive a cash reward to be paid according to your instructions. Well, as we mentioned, May 18th kicked off the National Public Works Week. On Tuesday, Public Works Commissioner Darrell Smalls and the St. Thomas crew headed over to celebrate with DPW employees on St. John, and a similar celebration was held on St. Croix. The group headed over on one of the new ferry boats that will run the St. Thomas-St. John route. The commissioner gave a brief update before boarding on Tuesday.
This service is going to be coming online by the end of June. That's for sure this time. That's going to be online before June. Today we're going to take the opportunity to have the staff who have worked tirelessly through the years and with all of their hard work bringing this vessel online, they'll be able to take the inaugural voyage over to the island of St. John.
And in recognition, the Department of Public Works has closed some of the offices this week. On St. Thomas, Thursday, May 22nd and Friday, May 23rd, offices will be closed. Also, just a reminder, on Thursday, a portion of the Fort Christian parking lot will be closed as it will house the department's fair and equipment display. Parking will be permitted along the waterfront apron. The parking lot will reopen on Friday, May 23rd. Turning our attention overseas, President Obama hasn't spoken publicly about the VA Medical Center scandal since April 28th. That changed this morning following an Oval Office meeting with the head of Department of Veterans Affairs. Craig Boswell is at the White House with details.
President Obama called Secretary Eric Shinseki to the White House to discuss reports of delayed care at veterans' hospitals.
If these allegations prove to be true, it is dishonorable, it is disgraceful, and I will not tolerate it, period.
The president tasked Rob Neighbors, his deputy chief of staff, to oversee the VA investigation of 26 medical facilities nationwide. Neighbors is heading to Phoenix, where whistleblowers say staff kept secret waiting lists. As many as 40 veterans may have died waiting for care.
I want to know what's working, I want to know what is not working, and I want specific recommendations on how VA can up their game.
President Obama wants a preliminary report by next week and once again expressed confidence in the former Army general leading the VA.
He himself is a disabled veteran, and nobody cares more about our veterans than Rick Shinseki.
On Capitol Hill, a growing list of lawmakers is calling for Secretary Shinseki to resign.
I think we need somebody new that can come in and shake things up, look at it from a new angle, and say that we're not going to accept substandard anymore for the people that have sworn to protect and defend us.
The House plans to vote this evening on a bill that will give the VA secretary more power to fire and demote senior managers. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
And keeping our eye on the economy. Change your password if you use eBay. That's what the e-commerce company is asking its users to do. eBay admits someone hacked into a database that contained customer names, encrypted passwords, email, addresses, phone numbers, and birth dates. The company says that so far there is no evidence of any unauthorized access to financial or credit card information. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 157, Nasdaq 34, S&P 15. Coming up on News 2, preparations to commemorate and celebrate the 100th anniversary of the transfer of the Virgin Islands from Denmark to the United States of America. They're underway. A Centennial Commission has been appointed. Details. The Centennial Commission has been appointed by Governor John P. DeYoung Jr. This special and temporary commission was established for the purpose of formulating plans and making preparations to commemorate and celebrate the 100th anniversary of the transfer of the Virgin Islands from Denmark to the United States of America. News2's Shanika Robinson has that story.
A special and temporary commission called the Centennial Commission has its official members who were appointed by Governor John DeYoung Jr. These appointees are responsible for formulating plans and making preparations to commemorate and celebrate the 100th anniversary of the transfer of the Virgin Islands from Denmark to the United States of America in accordance with Act No. 7157 enacted in 2010.
It's comprised of individuals within our community that have had leadership positions in other organizations and have been involved in academia, have been involved in cultural organizations, business organizations. So it brings the right blend of talent together.
The Centennial Commission includes 6 residents of St. Croix, 6 residents of St. Thomas, and 3 residents of St. John, whom were all appointed by the governor. In addition, the commission is to include the presidents of 2 Virgin Islands organizations which foster the ongoing relationship between the Virgin Islands and Denmark, as well as Senators Myron Jackson and Samuel Sanis, whom were appointed by the Senate President Sean Michael Malone.
The commission will be able, I think, to capture the mood and be able to create the groundswell that's necessary. It also represents an opportunity for us to look at our history, to look at our culture historically and as a foundation going forward.
The Transfer Day Centennial is an opportunity to showcase the Virgin Islands on a grand scale and help others appreciate the contribution of Virgin Islands to the nation since we became U.S. citizens. The anniversary celebration is scheduled to commence on or before August 4th, 2016 and terminate on December 31st, 2017.
I think the chair of the commission, along with all the members on the commission, will be able to bring that focus to what has to take place.
Shanika Robinson, News 2.
And we will keep you updated on the upcoming community meetings that the Centennial Commission will be planning to get the community involved. Well, meanwhile, Governor John DeYoung delivered today's lunch keynote address at the 2014 USVI Economic Development Summit, which is now underway in Atlanta, Georgia. Presented by the Alliance, a collaboration of Virgin Islanders with ideas around economic and community-based initiatives. They are based in the Washington, D.C., Metro, New York City, and St. Thomas. The aim is to give Virgin Islanders on the mainland a venue to engage with VI leaders.
So when I sit back and I think about the 21st century and the diversification of our economy, we will have hotel development. We will have cruise ship growth. We will have marinas like we've never had marinas before because we're on the water, we're in the Caribbean, and we will get the federal law change. We have an EDC program and an RT Park program that will attract businesses, whether it's from 5 employees to 2 employees, but offer opportunities. We will have large companies that will come, but we'll have Virgin Islanders who are entrepreneurial enough to see the opportunities in those companies, to step out or to take advantage of them going forward. We will have public corporations that recognize that they can no longer do growth by borrowing, but by establishing public-private partnerships where they will leverage.
And we'll have more from the address. Also, be sure to tune in to News 2 on Tuesday. We'll have a wrap of the 2014 USVI Alliance in D.C. with highlights and interviews from those in attendance. The Department of Mental Health hosted a support training session Tuesday. Volunteers from the local chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Health, or NAMI, talked about the challenges of caring for someone with a mental illness. They also discussed NAMI to get an answer to getting help, as an answer to getting help and information to help with caring for that loved one.
They never really get dealt with the way they need to. They go in and out of the hospital with their little bouts, and yet there's no hope for kind of any type of independence for them. And that's what NAMI talks about, is that they can be independent. We don't have to do this dance. But people need help and family members need help, and that's what Family to Family does.
In other news, the 2014 District Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Fair, or STEM, is taking place this week. It began May 20th. It's going on until the 23rd at the University of the Virgin Islands Sports and Fitness Center on St. Thomas. Students in grades K-12 from the public, private, and parochial schools are displaying projects in science research, math with investigations, video presentations, and much more. This year's theme is Designing Experiences for the 21st Century through STEM. The secondary section of the 2014 STEM Fair will take place on Friday, May 23rd. Judging will take place from 8:30 to 10 a.m. with an award ceremony at 1:30 p.m. The 2014 STEM Fair is sponsored by the Department of Education. Eulalie Rivera Elementary School is inviting the general public to its 4th annual Spring Recital and Art Exhibit. That's on Thursday, May 22nd at 5:30 p.m. in the school's cafeteria, featuring Eulalie Rivera quadrille dancers, Grove Place Weed and Seed, banjo players, junior calypso winners, and much more. Special guest, Mata Nile. Again, that's at 5:30 on Thursday. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.